And how is the next generation of contact centers towards this customer 2.0?
Customer 2. Okay, so what is next generation customer? We might say next generation customer contact. You might say next generation customer interaction. But quite clearly, customers want to be able to deal with enterprises in ways that's most convenient for them. And but we have to recognize the reality. The reality is there are lots of mechanisms, there are lots of systems, there are lots of contact center solutions out there already. And there is data in lots of different places, and collaboration technologies are relatively new. And we generally, the industry, I would say, generally have not figured out how to take fullest advantage of those collaboration technologies. And the exciting thing here is that there are solutions which are now possible by using these technologies that were really never before possible. And when you think of the aggregation and presentation of information from multiple different sources, from the CRM system, from the SharePoint is an extremely successful Microsoft collaboration technology, and how that can be used to present information from multiple different sources in a very attractive and easy to consume fashion for consumers is just one of the examples of solutions that we might provide. And some level of interaction with other vendors' systems is crucial, because we have to be realistic and recognize that a lot of enterprises have some solutions and some systems from many different vendors. And of course that complicates the problem of delivering a solution, a collaboration solution that spans those systems. We feel we understand that very fully, and as part of that we've been building essentially an abstraction layer. We call it the Aspect Application Foundation, that will allow solutions to be built using those services to aggregate and to collaborate and to provide information from multiple different sources. Gwen, anything to add?
Yes, please tell your opinion about the next generation, Glenn.
Let me just set the context here. And Gwen, you should speak to this, because in Aspect, we're very conscious of being part of the next generation, and that means as a leader we have to build in our own contact centers, because we have our own contact centers that provide support to our customers and our outsourcing partners. The same services, essentially in principle, that many consumers are expecting from their vendors as well. So we have to be very progressive in our thinking in how we deliver such systems. And Gwen is responsible for our global technical support worldwide. In every continent we have support capabilities, and she's very anxious, as you might imagine, to provide excellent support to all of our customers. And she's doing it by leveraging next generation technologies within our own contact center. And Gwen, maybe you'd like to just talk a little bit about what we're doing.
You manage all the worldwide customer support.
Yes.
Correct. And I do think the way that we want to demonstrate to our customers the power of the Aspect solution is by using it ourselves. It's really as simple as that. And so we've deployed our own solutions, Aspect Unified IP, for example, along with our other products, Aspect Workforce Management, to manage our resources around the globe. For example, because as Jim mentioned, we do have support analysts in many countries, but we want the customer who contacts Aspect to reach the most appropriate skilled agent at the right time, and the best way to do that is with our own solutions. And so a customer of Aspect has an opportunity to see the power of our solutions in play as they're deploying the same solutions to their customers. But there's really nothing new about that. I think the exciting part about the next generation of customer contact is being willing to go a little bit on the edge to provide a level of support that many companies are concerned about doing. So, for example, we introduced the Aspect Community last year. Community-based platforms are popular from consumer communications, but when you're running a business, it can be a little nerve-wracking to open your doors to comments from customers that you can't control. And so, in our experience in doing that has been very positive, because it's allowed our customers, it's really given the consumers, and in our case our customers, what they've been asking for all along, which is access to other like-minded people using the solutions to ask questions. They could be a technical question, a business question, or a best practice question, but to get an answer from a peer user or collaborator anywhere in the world, it carries so much more weight than calling us directly. So, for example, if you're using an Aspect solution and you have a question, you can call Aspect support, and of course we're going to provide you an answer. But if you post your question to a community, you might get a more robust, interesting answer from somebody else who has a similar question in another industry or another region. And it's going to carry a little bit more weight because it's not coming from the expert, it's coming from the expert user. So that's been very exciting for us.
One question, you were asking me about Aspect is for big, small, medium. Unified communications is for small, medium, and large companies, no? How can they...
Okay, so the question is, what exactly?
The question is, how do you implement unified communication in small and medium companies?
Okay, unified communications as a concept is not size specific. I mean, the problems that smaller enterprises have in how they deal with their customers are not so very different from the kind of problems that very large corporations have in dealing with their customers. The productivity benefits of implementing UC solutions and collaborative solutions it's a compelling value proposition. It's compelling at the small end, and it's compelling at the higher end, at the enterprise end. What we can say is, at the very small level, oftentimes the solution that gets deployed is going to have to be simpler to install, simpler to manage, simpler to configure, because such enterprises, small enterprises, very likely won't have the IT resources to do all of that. We've responded to that by building essentially an appliance solution where we can provide a contact center, a fully UC capable contact center solution, which we call Contact. Is the name of the product.
It's for small.
I'm sorry?
The name is for medium and small.
It's for enterprises up to 100 agent seats. But it's an appliance, and so it's installed very quickly, and the configuration work that would normally be done in an enterprise system is essentially pre-configured and delivered so that it's really an out-of-the-box experience. And that's necessary for the low end. But if you think philosophically what low-end enterprises need to see compared to higher end, it really isn't any different. And in fact, social media is the great equalizer now, right? I mean, you can see. You can be introduced to a very tiny company that's been around for just for a short period of time, and you look at their website and the services that they provide, it looks like it's a billion-dollar company. And that's a really great equalizer that I see from the social media tools that are out there right now.
What would you say are the key elements to provide an excellent customer experience?
Okay, you have to. Okay, maybe I'll ask you, Gwen, to comment on this one as well, because Gwen is in the customer experience business. We have thousands of customers, vendors, enterprises around the world, and what do they need from us? They're looking for very high value and measurable return on the investments that they deliver to to their customers. And the customer experience is crucial to achieve this. Good customers will buy more product and more services than disaffected customers. And a single experience can disaffect a customer in a heartbeat. In fact, as we say, the competition is one click away. And enterprises have to be very sensitive to that and provide an excellence of service. And now, my view, and I think a view widely held, is that if you're a consumer, you just want the answer. You don't want information, you don't want complication, you don't want to talk to multiple people, you don't want to go to different places, you just want the answer. And so the customer experience and customer service is all about how you can deliver that answer in the shortest possible time at the point of contact and at the first point of contact.
And I would just add that I've had an opportunity, and I continue to have plenty of opportunities on a daily basis to speak to our customers, and regardless of the space that they're in or the area of the world that they reside in, the message is always very consistent. They're looking for an easy company to do business with. And that translates to all facets of an organization, even the ones that are not customer facing. So they want their back office functions of a company, from how they're billed to the customer-facing people that they deal with in a sales or service component, to be very easy to do business with, which usually translates to a transparent and overly communicative. And that resonates with me because I'm a consumer too, just like you are. And I always want the exact same thing from the companies that I do business with. I want it to be seamless, transparent, and fast transactions that overall, regardless of what part of the organization I'm working with, leave me with the feeling that that's a really great company to do business with.
Okay.
And just to add really to a very important point to what Gwen said, is that that's just not a statement of intent. That you have to do things inside the company to make that true. You have to organize the different functions in the company to be responsive to those needs in order to deliver that very positive customer experience. And we have done that. We've organized our support organization, our global support organization, our global sales organization, even engineering and the continuing engineering services that are provided to the support organization. The back office, as Gwen points out, it's all part of how customers interact with the enterprise. And to make that as an effective and as smooth and successful experience as possible, you have to organize to do it. And that's more than just stating the intent. You have to really do it. And we've done that. That's how we are organized in Aspect.